Well, yeah, it's literally not the end. What could you do?
The second time reading it, though, I'm like, yeah, this is what needed to happen.
Our water cooler of the future is just filled with Alani on tap.
Oh my god! My brain broke and fell out on the last...
Our evil plan is working!
Welcome to the Besties in the Books podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Ashley. And today we're continuing on our deep dive series of The Plated Prisoner by Raven Kennedy. My gosh, I'm in it. I'm in this. I love it. We are covering Gold today, by the way, which is book 5 of this heavy-duty, heavy-hitter fantasy series. So, God, it's basically the way Raven presented it to us back in the day, as the lore is told by Liz early on in this series for you guys. So I'll just refresher. This is part 1 of an epic conclusion. So we got Gold and Goldfinch. So today's going to be Gold.
Gold was originally supposed to be the end. The ending.
Good luck.
But she was like, it was too long, so now you guys get 2. Yeah, and I could see why.
Kind of sounds like what SJM was talking about, where it's like, there's not enough glue in the world to hold this shit together. Yeah. I'm paraphrasing.
Literally, though.
Hey. So, okay, I'm not going to look. This has been my favorite memory test for me. So we've already done book 1, Guild, book 2, Glint, book 3, Gleam, book 4, Glow, book 5 is Gold, and then we got Goldfinch. Look, I finally memorized them.
Great job.
I knew I'd get there. Thank you.
Gold star for you.
Gold stars all over. Let's go. We're going to be extra loopy today because, hey, this is the 3rd video we filmed today.
Woo.
Yeah, so we're super excited. Super excited to bring you these episodes. So today's going to be a deep dive. We've been doing it every other week just in case you're not interested in this and you're just popping in or you're still reading and you want some more time. We will tell you when there's spoilers, so hold fast, sweet chariot. And if you want a nice little treat for your ears, go check out a little Anthony Palmini episode where we got to interview none other than the voice of some of our beloved MMCs, like Slade Ravenger, also Rhysand in the dramatized rendition of ACOTAR, and some other beloved amazing. And we're going to get to the Kool-Aid Man one day. You just wait.
Yeah, literally. That's an inside joke that you'll get if you go listen to that episode. Yeah. So, hey, there's that. I've had several clients actually come in, like, for treatments with me at the spa, and they're like, I listened to the Anthony Palmini episode and have mentioned the Kool-Aid Man. Like, that's a little nugget of lore that only, like, the OGs will get. You know what I mean?
Love
so,
it.
Hey, go listen, read that with us. We'll announce it someday when we are not reading 8,000 books at a time. Okay. Yeah. So, book 5, Glow. It was a full reread for me, but I remembered very little because I was thinking back and I was like, when did I read this? And I was like, oh, that was in the dark times when I was literally like, I had COVID and I was like very sick. And so I like remember not very well. And like, I feel like I just didn't fully appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because I was like, oh, this book came out. I need to read it. And then I was just super sick. So
like, literal fever dream.
Literal fever dream. Reread for me, but technically, I don't know. I remembered some stuff, but it felt like a first read for me. Yeah. And it is setting us up for Goldfinch, the epic conclusion, which we will be, covering in a couple weeks. But there's still so much story left to tell. There's a lot in this book. We're really excited to talk about it with you. Obviously, this is going to be after our initial, faves and fails of the week and our spoiler-free reviews. It will be full of spoilers, so just know that. We'll give you a warning so that you could come back and pick it up later once you finish the book. But yeah, before we get into all that, we just wanted to say thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your day and your book to come listen to us goofballs with microphones. We super appreciate you guys. If you found us on this reading journey from Plated Prisoner, thank you so much for giving us a chance. If you've been with us from the beginning, you're awesome too. And all those in between, we love you guys. If you haven't yet though, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe anywhere you like Liz's favorite podcast, including YouTube. Besties in the Books podcast everywhere, including Instagram and TikTok. You want to search us? There will be.
There will be on Fable also at Besties in the Book Club. Just so you know, every single book from the Plated Prisoner series is on there and live, including Goldfinch. So everything's up. That way, I'm like, I have to look at all my... I'm not good with the names, okay? I'm not good with the names. But yeah, so if you guys want to go check those out, we always put our book club reads on there, some certain buddy reads. But when we do these deep dives like this, they will be on there too. So hop in the chats. We love to have you over there.
Just search Besties in the Book Club for that.
Yes.
Join our Crow fam.
I did notice this because I actually, shout out to my clients who are book people, because I swear you guys like keep me going. Okay.
Yeah.
I had another client come in and she said she couldn't find us on Fable. And I was like, that's weird. So I took her phone and I typed us in. For some reason, it wasn't coming up until I typed in the full Besties and the book club. Like it wasn't like predicting us for some
That's
reason.
annoying.
It is annoying, but just know that we are there. So if it's not coming up, just type the full name in and we will come up.
Then we will be there.
Yes. PSA.
Yeah. But if you Google us, I'm pretty sure it comes up right away.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But again, you're typing it in all in. So, hey.
Literally, Fable fix it. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah. Get with the program.
Get with the program and sponsor us. Okay. Bye.
Okay, Liz. Well, I think it's time for our fave and fail of the week. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Why don't you kick us off here?
So I had, in my personal life, I'll say, a fairly good week this week. I had a lot happen. So, guys, here is your reminder to advocate for yourself with your regular, your physical health, but also your mental health. I finally, at the age of 37, was diagnosed officially with ADHD.
Yes.
It's been a journey to get here, but I will say I'm on this is like my attempt to like destigmatize this for you all, because I've had so many people reaching out to me already saying that they feel so happy that someone's like openly talking about it. So, hey, I'm trying to put it out there. This is day 3 of me being on my meds, and I literally can tell you that I feel like completely like a new person.
Wow.
It's literally amazing. And I know that's not the same for everyone. And a lot of people have to, I'm obviously going to continuously work with a psychiatrist and a therapist to make sure that everything's good. But it is a huge, relief.
Wow. That's
literally
awesome.
a huge
Dude.
relief. It's
And I know that that's hard. You're literally diagnosed with ADHD. I know that's hard to even search out a diagnosis. Not only because the healthcare system in the United States, not only because we got a lot on our plate, but also having ADHD. So literally gold stars for you all around.
I mean, yeah, the paperwork, the finding the people, the calling, the emailing.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of steps. Yeah. But honestly, so worth it if you can persevere and make it through. And like I said, it's not the same for everyone. I understand that, but just know that, it can really help if you can get the help that you deserve to have. We'll just put it that way. Yeah.
And it's not like, I hear people of all our lives being like, we don't need to label everything. And it's like, well, it's not even that, It's nice to know the rhyme and reason, and then you can have tools to help with things.
Well, so that's the thing too.
That's great.
Yeah. It's like that way what you're working with. You know what I mean? It's like that with everything. And that's the thing is as someone who was consistently basically misdiagnosed with anxiety and depression my whole life, and me being like, no, that's actually not it, to finally be validated, and then to be able to be doing something that's working because I'm actually being treated for the right thing.
Yeah.
Is huge. So, just wanted to shout that out because it's literally been 3 days and it's changing my life.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
so
good. Yeah. That's so good. Yay. Yay.
Also, okay, so 2 more little things I just wanted to shout out. I got my Wuthering Heights tattoo.
Oh yeah, baby.
So
good.
Obsessed with it. Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Had to shout out Stacy over at 7 Stars Tattoo in Eureka. She has tattooed myself and Ashley both. And she is amazing.
Wonderland starting. I can't wait to get more. I need to go. I need to go. I miss you, Stacy.
So go see Stacy for all of your tattoo needs. She is the absolute best. Will it be my only Wuthering Heights tattoo? Probably not. But it's scratching the itch at the moment. And then, in the same vein as the Gothic theme, I do have to say that I finally watched the new Dracula.
Oh.
5 stars. Resounding 5. You're going to love it.
You're
going to love it. Yeah.
Can't wait.
So, creepy, dark, awesome romance. It's such a good,
Is that a Skarsgård?
No.
Oh,
So you're
oh.
safe. You're safe.
I had a flash in my brain and I'm like, oh wait, oh no, mayday, parachute.
Ashley's like marked safe from Skarsgård, you know? Yeah, no, I honestly don't know his name because I didn't recognize him from anything else. But he was fantastic. Like everyone in it was fantastic. Like the imagery was, you'll love everything. The makeup was like insane. The costumes, so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought it. You know, I was like, okay, I'll buy it. It's fine. Hopefully I like it so I can rewatch it. It's going to be one that I rewatch all the time. So
nice.
Enjoy.
Ooh, some gems lately.
Some gems, really. The movies are coming back and we're here for it. It's exciting.
Our evil plan is working.
Yeah, right. And then my fail is I literally just put I'm behind on everything else. That's what I said.
Yep.
Because it's the truth. So hey, but you know, we're just trucking along day by day by day.
It'll
These
all work
things
out.
we pray.
It does.
Work
it
out.
always does.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what about you? What were your faves and fails a week?
Well, I'm going to go with something really silly and fun because I had a horrible, awful, terrible week and I use this as a form of escape. So if you guys do too, here we go. The fave and fail I'm going to talk about is my favorite is finding those new Alani flavors, or at least new to me. Some are actually new. Okay, thanks a lot, Liz. Because my fail is also that I'm now addicted to Alani's. So thanks a lot, Liz.
Guilty as charged.
Oh, I love it so much, and I don't know how I'm ever going to taper off of all this caffeine.
They're just so good.
They're so good. They're so good.
I
I'm
know.
like the caffeine patch lady in Meet the Robinsons. I try my best to stick to half a can most days. I try not to do it some days, but caffeine take the wheel after 3:00. So hey, it's helped me get through all of this really bad stuff that's been happening. And then good stuff too. So
that's not funny, but I just love that you're like, I would like to thank Alani for getting me through these hard times.
Honestly. Like getting through all times, getting through laundry, you know. Shout out to Coffee and Crack Spine, who's like, loves Alani now too and is ready to do her laundry. Like, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like now it's not just an audiobook because sometimes that doesn't motivate me enough, you know? Like I have an audiobook. Now I can have a nice crisp Alani while doing the audiobook and the laundry got done last week.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have happened before, and it was a lot, guys. It was a lot because Liz was here, and there goes the house chores. Yeah.
Honestly, it's become a pretty like quintessential piece of our lore. Like we had Tyler reach out, we had Allie reach out. Like literally, shout out to all you guys that have joined the Crow cult and are now drinking Alani's. That should be like part of the induction process.
Like, sorry for our heart rates, but like, it's also fun, and we're having it's so much fun. It's like, yeah, exactly. It's another piece of our lore, and it's so much fun. Our water cooler of the future is just filled with Alani on tap.
Oh my god!
That's beautiful.
Wait. I've always wanted
beautiful.
one of those, like, you know, the what are they like the you know, the sodas that you get? No, the sodas that you get.
Soda
like,
Stream?
Like not a Soda Stream, but just like a regular one of the machines that just has Diet Coke on it, though. Like Diet Coke and Diet Dr. Pepper. Fountain soda.
Soda fountain.
Like, what is that thing called? Just called soda fountain. That's it?
Called soda. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want one for my house, but now it's like, ooh, okay. So we could have like the soda fountain with Diet Dr. Pepper and Diet Coke, but then we could have a whole water cooler just full of our favorite of the moment, Alani Bev.
In my heaven.
Do you want to announce what your favorite flavor is so far? Or are we waiting for the official ranking for that?
Right now, as it stands, I do have a couple new ones in the fridge still. But right now, as it stands, it is Hawaiian shaved ice. And shout out to my sister-in-law who also brought that for a road thing that we had to go to. So thanks so much for that. Moral support.
God. I had a client who follows us on the podcast bring me a cherry slush to work. Literally, Ava, if you are listening, thank you. Like, I love, it's like the crossover we were all waiting for. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. It's bridging the gap. It's like the Alani and me sees the Alani and you. We're all jacked on caffeine. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And so it's like, yeah. I'm a little caffeine sensitive, so I gotta be careful there. I should wean and just use it as a treat, but then it's like days are hard, life is hard. I deserve a treat all the time. So,
Yeah, I mean, hey, I don't
I was
disagree.
telling Liz, I'm like, when am I gonna taper off a little bit here? I don't know, because I got a 5-year-old birthday party to plan. I got a cruise coming up, and I was telling Liz, you're allowed to bring like a 6-pack on a Disney cruise. I'm like, my 6-pack's just gonna be Alani. Because I don't drink soda too. I think I should preface that. Like, so I'm not getting caffeine anywhere but a coffee, and I'm supposed to drink half of that. So good luck.
Good luck.
I love it.
Godspeed.
It's never gonna end. Who am I kidding? But I might
There's
need to just do a few times a week.
There's too many good flavors.
Oh,
That's
it's
the
so
problem.
good. It's so good. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I know.
So
right
crispy.
now,
Ooh.
it's like the blue slush, the cherry slush, and the sherbet are like tied right now for my favorites. Like, I can't decide.
I was surprised that you liked the sherbet after your whole orange creamsicle, because it tastes kind of similar to me.
There's a weird thing I have for sherbet, and I used to love it. It used to be my favorite ice cream. Hey, hit me up if you've ever heard of a vegan rainbow sherbet, but I've never heard of one. Okay, so I haven't been able to have it in like almost 10 years. And so I think it like fulfills that part of my brain. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I know that's probably like full of chemicals, but they're good, tasty chemicals.
Yeah, they're good, tasty
They do it.
chemicals.
Like, how do they nail some of these flavors so well? I don't know. So good. And like, I like to sit it in the freezer for like 15 minutes and make it almost slushy-y. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Wow. We could just be an Alani. What are we now? We're a printer podcast, an Alani podcast. We'll also talk about books.
And a Withering Heights podcast.
No, and a
That's
Wuthering
it.
Heights podcast.
Yeah. That's all we cover now.
Yeah. So there we go. If we sucked you guys in, welcome to the Alani Crow fam. Again, Alani
Everyone's
and Macy's,
welcome.
Alani and you. Yes.
Yeah.
Alani, doesn't it mean like we're all family?
Does it?
Something like that? What does it mean again? It's spelled
I hope
differently.
that you're right about that. Right, with something completely else. That would be funny.
Alanis Morissette. It means orange tree. Okay, great. Alani. Oh, Ohana. Ohana means family. Sorry about that. Sorry to get your hopes up, guys. You are the orange tree in me, sees the orange tree in you. Beautiful.
Hey.
Also fragrant.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we need. That's all we
Fragrant, fragrant fam. What's up? Okay, we should probably get to this.
It's true.
Book.
What are we covering? Okay, so we are covering the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. Ashley,
Well, that's right.
what was your spoiler-free star rating of Gold, Book 5?
What? Like, I'm not going to give it 5 stars? Okay. 5
Imagine
stars.
if you came in with some kind of crazy curveball there. I'd
Yeah.
be like, blaspheme.
1 star. Listen, it's not my favorite. I will say that. It's not my favorite of the bunch. I definitely
We'll
think
talk
some
about
people
why.
probably will experience a little bit of whiplash, kind of. Not really whiplash, but like,
It's it's different.
starting a type of journey. I'll say that.
Well,
okay?
if you think about it more, this helped me mentally. If you think about it more as part 1 of the ending, like glue Gold and Goldfinch together and it's one big long book. And now that they're both out, we could read them like that, right? It's like, if you think about it that way, it helps, because reading Gold and then having to wait for Goldfinch to come out like I had to do last time was literally torture. So yeah,
for sure.
I get it. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 stars. Like,
Yeah. Obviously.
do I have any criticism? Like, literally, no. Like, it's great. Read it. It's amazing. If you've made it this far and you don't read book 5, I don't understand you. Yeah, no, it was a completely different tone. I I agree with the rest of the series thus far. And I feel like that because we've shifted to a lot of internal work in this book. For a lot of different characters, because we have multi-POV. We have 4, I think I'm correct about that, 4 POVs in this book.
Yeah, I think so.
And I love a multi-POV, and I feel like each character has such a important journey that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're going deep. We're doing the journey. Things are a little bit different, but we're amping up for that final conclusion that we're getting ready to dive into. So 5 stars. And then this one does dip in the spice department, so I gave it a 2 spice.
Yeah. Yeah. There we
Okay.
go.
Well, should we get into our spoiler section?
Let's go. Spoilers. We are going to be spoiling all there is to spoil in Gold. So if you do not want to listen further, you can save it to your playlist and watch later when you're done reading this episode. Reading this book. I don't know.
You guys know what we're saying.
Listen.
All right. So here's the thing, guys. My brain broke and fell out on the last on the last
Imagery, visuals, symbolism.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so this is what I did because here we go.
I can't get over that visual. Sorry. It broke, fell out. Boom. There it is. There lies.
That's how it
Here
felt.
lies Liz's brain.
Here's the
Due to
gravestone.
the nature of the chaos.
Content. Yep. Okay, so here's the thing. We have point of view from Aaron. We have point of view from Slade with parentheses Osric, and then we also have Melina's point of view. There ain't no way that I'm fitting all of that in 5 sentences or less, because just of the nature of the fact that there's actually like 3 stories going on simultaneously in one, because these characters are essentially separated for almost the entirety of the book. So what I did, and hopefully Ashley will approve of this because I did not run it by her at a time, but I thought it was the best way to do this. I wrote a 5-sentence summary for Aaron, I wrote a 5-sentence summary for Slade, and I wrote a 5-sentence summary for Melina.
Wow.
But that's, I feel like, the only way that you could actually tell what's going on in any type of meaningful way.
Yeah, well, hey, I approve. You guys buckle up. You're not leaving anytime soon. So let's go. Let's start. 1
that's the
hour
thing.
Summary. Let's
I
go.
didn't have to do it that long because I didn't have to include everything together. Okay?
Yeah, fair. Well, we'll see. Let's give her some grace, guys. Let's give her a test run. Let's see how it goes. Because we might need it in future like books that do multiple point of views like this. We'll see if it's necessary. I'll be the judge of this.
Yeah,
and you guys,
you can let me know.
We're
Yeah.
judging you.
So
Let's see.
if for some reason you're listening to this before you've read this book, okay, if you're a brave soul, or if you just forget everything like we do, just know that all of these are going on simultaneously, okay? So I'll do Aaron's in chronological order, then I'll do Slade's separately in chronological order, but they are going on at the same time. This is why I had to do it this way.
This is what broke your brain and your brain fell out.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see it makes sense even more so now. All right.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go.
All right, we're starting with Aaron POV. Aaron falls through the rip into Anwin and tumbles through the sky, regaining her ribbons, although they are not sentient and animated like they used to be, before landing in a field of blue flowers, blue bird's plume, surrounded by people in shock and awe of her, the Liari Ulver, the finally returned last birthed heir of the Turley royal line and the one who fell out of the sky the same way in the exact same place as Sarah Turley. I don't know how to say her name.
Sorry. 1
I'm going to mispronounce everything.
of
just so you guys know.
15.
15. She's picked up by Estelia, Nanette, and Thursel, Turley loyalists in Geisel, a largely loyalist city, before convincing them to take her back to the field where she fell from the sky, where she meets Wick, the leader of the Volman Rebellion, who tries to rope her into their cause, but Oren refuses, saying that she doesn't exist just to be used.
2.
The stone swords ransack Geisel, killing Nanette, but Aaron uses her magic to fight them off and decides to join Wick in the rebellion to figure out why this huge army is being built and mobilized by King Carrick and to save Oriens. But ultimately, Wick's goal is to march on the castle to officially challenge the king and have Aaron rule.
3.
They stop at several safe houses along the way to gather more members, and that's where Aaron meets Emily, a newfound family friend with glamour powers, before they reach Briol, the city Aaron is from that has...
Sorry.
I was like, wait, what's happening?
Sorry.
The city...
Bring the cane out. We're pulling you off stage. Here comes the cramming music.
I haven't even done 5 sentences yet. I'm only on 3.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, they stop at several safe houses along the way to gather more members, and that's where Aaron meets Emily, a newfound family friend with glamour powers, before they reach Briol, the city Aaron is from that has since been completely destroyed by King Carrick, and later Rifault City on an undercover mission with the Resistance to gain intel to rescue Oriens. They travel through a fairy ring using the magic of Brenner and Ludo's sister Lorana, essentially undercover agents, and sneak into the Cole estate that she works at, where Aaron is able to find the Oriens in a dilapidated house on the property where Lord Cole returns home, and she realizes that the Oriens they're trying to save are from Drawlord Village, including Slade's mom, Allure, and Lord Cole is actually his father.
That was 5, right?
Dun, dun,
4.
dun. That was 4. Okay.
Four.
Arryn tries to fight her way out with Allure and the others, but Stanton is determined to kill them, especially when he notices Arryn's gold calls to the rot in the house. Wick and Emily help fight their way to a fairy circle to escape, and in the process, Wick is injured and bleeds gold. And in the chaos of the fight, trying to save Allure, something shifts inside Arryn, and the mating bond Payur clicks into place. Slade can feel it a world away. Using rot and gold power, they're able to get away, but Brenner, the same guy who stole Arryn from Anwin the first time, double-crosses them and takes them to King Carrick, where Arryn's memories are wiped.
5. I'm not going to do the big grand one because we got 2 more people.
Yeah. But you see how that's only what was happening to Arryn. How was I supposed to also fit everything else that was happening at the same time? Okay. This is why this makes sense to do it this way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the second set is Slade's point of view. And then I included Osric in this as well because he didn't need his whole own thing. Okay.
Yep.
Slade is still unable to open another rip because even though his normal powers are back, his raw power is gone. So Arryn remains missing and Deadwell is still empty.
Oh. 1.
He travels to Third Kingdom to confront Kyla, but she's not there. So he kidnaps Manu, her brother, rots the castle, and kills many of the guards, then goes on a revenge spree, rotting Third Kingdom, then Durfort Harbor, then going to Second Kingdom and brutally killing Isolde and King Merowyn, destroying the Dew Supply, and rotting the Red Raids.
I literally lost count.
2.
I lost count after 1. I needed a Lonnie stat. I'm losing it.
Okay. Slade realizes that his rot is slowly killing him.
Sorry.
This is serious business.
I know. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Slade realizes that his rot is slowly killing him, spreading out around his heart. So when Riot realizes that, he insists that Slade take a break from his revenge and murder spree to rest back in Fourth Kingdom. When King Thold of First Kingdom shows up to negotiate trade deals, and Kyla arrives with Lou with the news of the Fae invasion.
Ooh. 3.
Are you just losing it over there?
Still dying that I lost track of 1. It's because it's more than 1. But like, yeah. So I'm having a hard time. I'm sitting over here just counting the number over and over again. I
got it too. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Okay. Slade agrees to free Manu and Kyla if they leave to start rallying kingdoms to join forces to fight together, and Thold agrees to join them. But once this is arranged, Slade only cares about getting to 7th and finding Arryn, now that he knows that the bridge to Lemuria has been restored.
4.
Meanwhile, Osric is in Fourth Kingdom, staying diligently by Rissa's side while she remains in a coma while torturing Manu, who is being kept in their dungeons. And just when all hope appears to be lost, these little girls, Shea and Wynn, are brought to Forth by Riot. Wynn has healing magic that she used to fix Argo, and in exchange for allowing them to remain in Forth as refugees from Second, Wynn healed Rissa, and she finally wakes up. Final set of POV is from Melina. A lot of this book is about her. Melina is kept prisoner in the castle in Seventh Kingdom by the Fae army that crossed the bridge, but because of the twins' magic, she now also has magic. And when Fae soldiers march through the bridge to kill all of the Orions, Melina meets King Carrick, who doesn't kill her, but acknowledges her blood and magic, then locks her up. The assassin, who she has insane tension with, by the way, helps her escape using her shadow magic, or using his shadow magic, so they can travel to warn her people in Highbell that there is a Fae attack coming.
1.
Queen Kyla is at Highbell when they get there, acting as the leader in Midas's stead, and Melina is told that Tyndall is dead, Arryn killed him, and the power was actually hers. Before she attempts to warn them of the Seventh Kingdom Bridge and the Fae marching through it, Kyla arrests her and paints her as crazy, claiming that the real Queen Melina is actually dead.
2.
They talk, and Melina offers to them to work together and for Kyla to take over Sixth Kingdom in order to save the people since they'll follow her influence. But Kyla tricks her and locks her in Arryn's old cage because she's planning on taking Mist's baby and passing it off as hers so she can officially have claim to Sixth Kingdom as well as Third.
3.
Melina escapes with Domic's help and goes into the city to warn people of the impending attack, but no one believes her. So she summons her power and starts taking things into her own hands, literally, building a wall of ice with her magic that Kyla ignorantly tears down before realizing that the Fae are, in fact, storming the city and killing everyone.
Okay, Elsa.
Yeah.
4.
Kyla jumps on a timberwing and abandons everyone in the middle of the attack, while Melina and Domic stay and fight until they're overtaken and escape. Melina insists on finding survivors, but Domic tells her the city was sacked with no survivors. However, they find a group of a few dozen people in the woods who swear fealty to Melina.
5. And that's the summary. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I don't know how else you would have done it, so hey, good call.
Yeah. It was like, I was thinking about it and I was like, there ain't no way. Like, how? Like, how could you? Because these 3 storylines are all happening.
Yeah.
At the same time, but so, like, completely separate.
Literally.
Separate. Yeah. So here we are.
You'd have to just be like, okay, Queen Melina escapes, and then she tries to build it, but then it leaves and bye. And then, well, Slade's over here, like, oh, this sucks. I gotta get her. And then Osric is like, I'm sad, but then she wakes up, so it's okay. And then Aron's like, oh no, I'm here. I don't want to do this. But then they're like, you gotta do it. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And that's my summary. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. And all of you guys would be like, oh my God, what happened? Literally what happened?
I just told you. Wasn't it clear? Well, anyways, great job, Liz. Thank you so much for coming in hot with that summary. Yes. Let's talk about some tropes. So what are 3 tropes that you loved, specifically with gold?
Fated mates. Because I feel like...
officially.
Officially, and I love the fact that they're able to, or at least we know at this point, that Aron's able to call on Slade's power. That's freaking cool.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah. So I have that. I have revenge. I was telling Ashley, I was like, I did not fully appreciate Slade's revenge freaking spree the first time I read this. And I was like, dude, this is so good. Like, so satisfying, you know?
Yeah.
So I put revenge, and then I put political uprising, because we love a good rebellion, and there's definitely, I mean, even like the symbol, right, is like the, you know, broken winged bird. It gives Mockingjay vibes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I love that. It's great.
Yeah.
Totally. So what about you? What were 3 tropes you loved?
I put accepting that you're the chosen one. Because we got chosen one all the time, but how about accepting it, for better or worse? That's hard. Burn the world for her, much like revenge.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. And how about intense emotional turmoil, specifically
from
with
everyone?
Osric? I mean, everyone, but also Osric and Rissa.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, oh, what's going on with them? Then they come on the page. I'm like, yay, but oh, sad.
Yeah.
So
I love that, though. Osric.
Yeah.
I love him.
The flowers. He's freaking out about the flowers, but then like trying to be cool to the flower shop lady because it's not her fault. It's like, oh,
I know.
I want to get her some flowers. I'm like, oh.
I know. Literally. What about a trope you hated?
How about bad daddy, actually? Well,
like actually a bad dude.
Actually,
like
bad
real
guy.
bad.
Actual bad guy. Actual bad villain. But we're not supposed to like him. But I couldn't really think of anything else to call out. So
I decided to call out something that bothered me the first time that I read it. It did not bother me this time.
Oh.
Okay, sometimes things are like that. Separation of our 2 main characters for the entire book.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was hard for me the first time.
Yeah. I could see that's a big complaint for people in the reviews that I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. The second time reading it, though, I'm like, yeah, this is what needed to happen for all of these things to get set up just so for Goldfinch to happen the way that it happens. It's just chef's kiss. It's perfect. But the first time I read it, the whole book, I was like, when? Like, why are we waiting the whole book for them to just not find each other? And then when they don't, I was kind of disappointed. Going into it, knowing this whole book, they're going to be separated, it didn't bother me. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like I knew what to expect. Yeah, definitely. How did you feel about how do I word it? Like death fake out with the healing powers of the little girls. Were you okay with it? Because at least it's Rissa and Osric get to be together, possibly. Oh, you're talking about Rissa? Yeah. The cop
not cop out. What is it? Kind
I
of.
mean, it could be a cop out. I would say, I don't know that that's like Raven Kennedy's not really a repeat offender with stuff like that. So it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like the reason why it kind of irks me with SJM sometimes is because it's like all the time. It's like, okay, we get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, with this, it didn't bother me because I feel like also in the context, it made sense. Like Argo got healed. How did he get healed? You know what I mean? It's just kind of like,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be completely like out of the realm of possibility that there would be a healer capable of that. Like she didn't have, like she was stabbed. She didn't have some kind of like special magic that was killing her. You know what I mean?
And they gave her a story.
Yeah.
That she was in hiding. So it wasn't as, it helps it not be so random. Like, oh crap, how do I save this character? We'll bring in the healer that we could have brought in a long time ago. But no, they had to look for her, find her. She was in hiding. So, yeah.
So it did not bother me.
Yeah, good. That's
Normally
good.
it
Thought
would.
it'd be important to bring up since we've talked about that a lot.
Yes. What about a niche microtrope that stood out to you, good or bad?
His powers are now her powers. So like you talked about with that
good.
fated mates, like subtext. Ooh, that was great. Especially how much it pissed off his dad.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I was listening to that part on audio. I think I was doing immersive reading actually during that part and just like hearing him like scream like tell me. I was like, ooh, so good. It was so good. Yeah. I put a bridge between worlds. I love that stuff. I love it. I eat it up, man. It's satisfying. Yeah. It just is. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so what about themes that stood out to you? Was there anything in particular from this book that you wanted to call out?
I mean, she's kind of grappling with, societal expectations of her, what's placed upon Oren as being this like savior, and having to deal with that. That's freaking hard. What do you do with that when you're just like, I just want to be hunt and go retire on the meadow, have some escapades, if you will, but no, I gotta go save this world too. So great,
here we go again. Totally.
Yeah. It's kind of coming of age, I guess you could say. Not coming of age, but like finding one's true self, even with Melina. We got to call out that.
Huge.
Yeah. I've been rooting for her this whole time, even if she's insufferable. I'm so happy that scene where she goes into that town and helps to, burn the bodies of the Fae that destroyed that town. It's just so brutal. And I was crying in the club with that one. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But it's such a character growth.
Yeah.
Character development. Huge reason for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I put. The themes for me that stood out from this book that were just, it was everybody. It was Osric, it was Aaron, it's Slade, it's even, on a smaller level, like Riot, it's definitely Melina, like, identity discovery is what I put, like establishing your own identity outside of what other people think that you should be or what society thinks that you should be.
Yeah.
And then just learning, right, from experiences. I feel like that's what's going on with everyone. And simultaneously, we have this like trauma healing arc that's going on for all of them too.
Yeah, exactly. For everyone.
That's why I said it's like, okay, we might not be dealing necessarily with like as much like, we don't have a grand war going on in this book or that kind of thing, but like all of the characters are really having their like internal battles are happening right now because we're ramping up for that external battle.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like those were my favorite. Also, as a side note, I put how important female friendships are. I feel like that is a really big part of this book.
Yep.
Too. So I loved that. I mean, that's always been huge with like obviously Lou, but I feel like, the rebellion is largely made up of males, which I thought was kind of interesting. And so when she is able to make friends, I'm like blanking out on her name now, even though I have a whole list of names right here with Emily, when she's able to like really connect with her, that's super special.
Yeah.
Or, you know, even obviously with like Nanette and Estelia as well. I feel like it's like, you know, she has these like women that are really pivotal to her life, kind of like through every stage. And I think that's really intentional of Raven Kennedy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Liz, do you feel like it's popular and does it deserve to be?
Well, okay, so objectively speaking, we're looking at 142,799 ratings on Goodreads as of this morning. Gets a 4.1 star. So I feel like that's not high enough. Like, I'm going to be nitpicky. Like, it's good, but it could be better.
Yeah.
I feel like it deserves more popularity and more accolades. Like, obviously, it's getting there. Like, it's really picking up since the first time that I read it. I mean, the first time I read it, I had to, like, special order these books from, like, my local bookstore. Now, it's, like, you can find them at Target. You know what I mean? So, it's, like, obviously, the popularity is gaining. But I'm, like, I want all of it. I want everyone to be talking about these books. Like, they're so deserving.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, agreed. I'm interested to see in the next Goldfinch episode if the rating goes up, because it's like 2 books split up. Maybe one book split up into 2 books, because I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to not have to wait like a year to read this. Goldfinch.
Exactly.
It's brutal.
Imagine how frustrated. Well, you were frustrated. So all these other people were too that rated it when it was just gold, you know?
I still rated it 5 stars because I get it, but it was like, you know, it was still like, oh, really? What am I going to do? I have to wait. This is crazy. Yeah. So what was your favorite part of this whole book?
Favorite part. I do love the tension and what's building between Melina and Shadow Guy. Dominic. I really enjoy that. So that's one of my favorite parts. And yeah,
He's
just like
great.
the brutalness of her character. He's great. I've been rooting for him too all along, so that's nice. That's one I'm gonna go with. Locking it in.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like her character, I mean, was probably half of this book.
Yeah.
Super important. And I love her character arc for sure. And I feel like, you know, the spice that we did get was between them.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he's definitely an underrated, like, I don't know if you could call him a male main character, but like definitely male side character. He gives Witcher vibes for me.
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah. So definitely enjoy that. I did.
Yep.
My favorite part was when the Payur bond clicked into place.
Yeah.
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 I put that, and when Stanton realizes that she can fight back, and it like clicks in his head that like she's the mate of his son, who he like obviously basically hates and has this rivalry with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was definitely my favorite part, because I was like, okay, where is this going? Like, probably somewhere that is going to be traumatic for us all, but also great. So, hey.
Yeah.
What about your least favorite part?
Another one of Lauren's old lady friends gets murdered. Why? Again? Again? I haven't recovered from the first one.
I know.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it was super sad.
Of all the sad things, that one is the most like, did we have to, though? Did we have to?
I just wonder, like, what the symbolism there is, where the people who are
Good luck. Figure it out.
It's like where the people who are continuously getting killed off, it seems like in her life, are these almost like Oracle-like characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they're always kind of, they represent like, you know, the wise kind of like crone, if you will, right? If we're like looking at like the symbolism. And so like I wonder like why Raven Kennedy is doing that.
What happens when we're cut off from history? Or
So
source
just
of that
something to think
power,
about.
that maternal power. Well, Auren doesn't have her family in much memories. So, kind of symbolizes, you know, going out there on your own, and then the found family, you know, helping. But very isolating. Oh, so sad.
I put Auren's brain getting eaten.
Yeah. All right.
Literally, guys, like, I mean, they shove something in her ears at the end, and then she loses her memories. Like, A, yikes, B, ew. Yeah, so definitely did not like that. And then I put effing Brenner, dude. Like, dude, F that guy.
F him.
Like, imagine being like, you're the same piece of crap who stole me and took me to freaking Oria to begin with, and now here you are again.
Get a life.
Oh my, get a life. Literally, get a life. Like, I hate that guy. I was like, oh my, like, he makes me so mad.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Is that your least favorite character?
My least favorite character, I just put Kyla, why? Brenner, why? Stanton, why?
Dude, Kyla,
like,
what a wimp. Come on.
I like how she just gets on that freaking Timberwing and is like, bye. Like, I'm out of here. Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh my God. Like, and I get why Slade let she and Manu go free, because they will be able to aid them in rallying the troops quite literally. But it's like she just bugs me because she could be so much better and she's just not, you know?
Yeah.
And then obviously Brenner sucks and Stanton sucks, and we know why. You know, it's like, that's pretty.
I can't get a finger on Wick's pulse yet. You know, like I can't decide on him.
He bleeds gold. Why might he bleed gold?
So that helped me with him. You know, for sure, because obviously it's his lineage, but it just his personality that I'm like
what are his intentions?
I guess because I was skeptical of him, but now I'm not, because he bleeds gold. But like, I don't know. I don't love him yet, so he's got to sell me on it.
I think you're intentionally supposed to feel ambiguous about him.
Okay,
we're not. I don't think that we're supposed to trust him yet, because Arin doesn't know how she feels about him yet.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
True.
Who was he your least favorite character?
Yeah, my question mark, because obviously the other ones too. But
okay, yeah. Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
I like them. Unlike Pride and Prejudice, I like them all. No, I don't like them all.
That's what I said. I said I don't know in capitals. That's what I said. I don't know.
I could have seen more of. Now I don't remember her name because she wasn't in it very much. I was hoping for more of her. In the riot. What's her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Lou. I was hoping to see more of Lou, but obviously it's not important right now.
She was off spying.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. Can't pick. Love them all. I'm happy for Melina and Shadow Guy.
Yeah, I just put, Slade, Arin, Osric, Emily. Like, there's so many good characters to pick from at this point in time. It's, like, really hard to narrow it down to one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's good.
Sure. That is good.
We're not like everybody sucks. I hate everybody and I have to read one more book. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to bounce back and forth with any quotes? Do you have any quotes that you highlighted?
Obviously, we love this. I promised her I'd be the villain on her behalf, so that's what I'll fucking be. Yeah. Slade. Mm-hmm.
How can we deserve to see the delights if we always close our eyes against the horrors?
Oof. Yeah, I often wanted that. Often. Said so much more eloquently than I could ever write. If you turn a blind eye in the name of loyalty, then you don't deserve to see.
I have that one too. I liked this one because it's from one of our least favorite characters, Queen Kyla, but it's important. Kyla turns, only 2 guards waiting with her. All I do is prepare, Queen Melina. That's what a queen must do in this world. We plan, we play, we plot. That's the only way we get to keep our crowns. The men are lazy. They get to keep whatever is handed to them, but not us. She shakes her head, shiny black hair glistening in the firelight. We queens must always plan ahead and manipulate circumstances in our favor. When a king falls, a queen can rise, but only the ones who know where to step.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good insight into where she is mentally. And her decision making. Because it is important. Like, as much as we hate her and she's a wimp, is she? It's because, no, she's plotting just as much as the rest of them.
Well, yeah. And she's playing a much more difficult game.
Yes. I love him with the fierceness that goes beyond the heart. And so I will ache and leak and grieve until he finds me.
Emily glances over. And what about this dangerous lover of yours? Did he tame you? The smile on my face goes sad, a fresh pang of longing pinching the center of my chest. The opposite, he set me free. I was like, I love that so much.
Because one thing that usually threatens a man is the thought of being replaced by a woman.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe one more each.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. So she's talking about the symbol, the broken winged bird, like rebellion symbol, right?
Yeah.
It's everywhere, surrounding me, flooded through this city, and I think for the first time I really understand what broken winged bird means. It's not just the frayed dress that flapped with Sarah Turley's fall. It's not just my ribbons that burst from my back in the air as I drop through the sky. It's them. It's these fae who feel trodden, clipped, their way of life yanked out from under them while they were shoved aside and left to plummet. I understand that more than most. They believe if a broken winged bird can fly despite her fall, then maybe Anwin can too. Maybe a rebellion can rise up, lifting their realm back to where it should be.
Ooh, chills.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! I'll leave you guys with this last one. I can't say it like Sir Anthony. Sorry. We should do that. We should try it one day, though. If there is ever a choice between her and the world, it's gonna be her.
Yep, I have that one too.
There we go.
We love it. So, Ashley, how was the spice? We rated it a 2.
Yeah. I mean,
What
what
do you
we got was great. I like it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's like we basically, I think the only spice was just between Melina and Dominic, right? I don't think there was anything else.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. So, and that was great. Yeah. Slow burn, tension, good stuff.
Couple good scenes. Yeah. So
Pleasure
no,
for her.
obviously, yeah, exactly. He's a dirty talker for sure. So you guys know if you like Slade, then you'll enjoy Dominic as well. But yeah, I would say the spice was perfect for this book, especially given the fact that obviously our FMC and MMC are separated the whole time.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Yep.
Hey Ash, will you read the next one?
That's like,
Imagine getting to this one and then not reading the next one. You're crazy. Are you okay?
Yeah. Literally, yes.
Yeah. Literally, I did, but like if we were not podcasting, I would read it for sure because it would keep me up at night if I did not. Yeah.
Yes, truly.
So how were the audiobook reviews, Ash?
Dude, good. It's Anthony. No, it's the same as the last episodes. It's good. Everybody's having a great time. It's great.
Yeah.
It's good.
Do you know the average rating? I'm kind of curious.
We'll be official. Fine. 3,421 ratings and a 4.7. So higher than the not audiobook reviews. It's the same old as the other ones. So people are loving the voices. So shout out again to Anthony Palomini and Lily Drake. Great job all around.
Great job. Literally, I immersively read probably 75% of this one. Yeah.
I told Liz, I keep wanting to switch to just do physical because there's just something about it, Obviously, we're readers. But once you start that audio, you can't go back. It's so good. So
well, I wasn't able to listen to the audio last time. It wasn't out. So it's like I'm really trying to soak it in, as much as I can on this one. Yeah.
It's good.
So I'm fully enjoying it for sure. Yeah. So, okay, how is this as a quote unquote middle book? And then do you get why it ended up not being the end?
Well, yeah, it's literally not the end. What could you do? What could you trim? Nothing. It didn't want to make any sense. Anything that would trim, you'd be pissed at the previous books because it's like, what happened with that? What happened with Osric and Rissa? What was all the point of that? What happened with Melina? What was the point of that? I'd be so pissed. Then we'd be just ranting about plot holes right now. So there's nothing that you could change. Even wrapping it up, there's so much that needs to be wrapped up. Good call, Miss Raven. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for not being pressured to fit it all in. And to tie it all up nicely with a bow when there's all of these problems that need to be solved, And it's like, I don't feel, just to kind of jump ahead a little bit, did you notice any plot holes or anything that you wanted to call out? I feel like she's doing a really good job of very thoroughly going through every storyline.
Yes. And I can't speak on foreshadowing anymore, but I know in the first 3 that I was rereading, there was a lot of little subtle foreshadowings that were just beautiful. And that's the kind of stuff that makes me want to reread a book. So no plot holes yet. There are unanswered questions intentionally because the final one's coming. And I think for any authors that might be listening out there that like, you know, it's hard because you got to trim stuff, but then you also need to do your book justice. You know, this is a great example of advocating for yourself as an author and speaking up when you need to do things a little differently than what you originally intended. Because, you know, Raven went in, it's going to be a 5-book series. Oh no, mayday, mayday, parachute. I need to split this book into 2. And
like,
so well done.
Goldfinch is pretty long too. So it's not even like, I mean, Gold and Goldfinch are both long books, like 600-700 page books. So it's not like they're, you know, it's not like that was like some kind of weird, like little gimmick. Like, oh, I'm just going to release it in 2 books. It's like, no, dude, that book would have been like 1,500 pages long. Like the glue, as you say, literally would not have stuck it together. Like it needed to be this way. And so much happens in Goldfinch. Like that's all I'll say. But so much happens in Goldfinch. And she's setting us up for all of that stuff right now so beautifully. I feel like, yeah, there's a million unanswered questions, but we're supposed to have those right now.
Exactly.
It feels good. It just feels like we're like ramping up, you know? It's like Slade knows the bridge is open. Aaron knows the bridge is open. So now we know that they can get together again somehow, even without the magic. You know what I mean? So we know that the journey is coming. The fight is coming.
Yeah. Awesome.
So do you have any bonus questions for me?
No, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, so I have a couple Easter eggs. I only had a couple that I wanted to share here. I did a little bit of a lore section too. It's like not too extensive, but I just want to make sure that we include it in here because it's something that I don't put in any of the book summary because I don't necessarily know that it needs to be in there. But in the lore section, so these are just quotes, it's been hundreds of years since a Turley sat on the throne, but we loyalists remember. We believe in the way things were back then. All of Anwin was at peace. Our land and magic was prosperous. When Sarah came, she ended a war, brought Fae together. Many of us remember the golden age that came when she wore a crown. So it's like we're getting these little pieces of the Turley reign. Obviously, she's the missing heir, right? And then the Carricks came and took over, but we don't really know why. All we know is that a Turley, quote unquote, stepped aside because they didn't want to rule anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like that's important to include in there.
Yeah.
Also, we know that the Carrick monarchs have always hated the Oriens, but they hated the Turleys even worse. They think that when Sarah had the bridge connect permanently to Oria and allowed our realms to unite, she weakened our land and our blood, diluted it with non-magics, and let our world be polluted with their presence. But now we know that the land around the bridge is actually dying. Mm-hmm. So that's also important. And a lot of the people born in Anwin are now being born with no magic. Mm-hmm. We also find out that Aaron's parents were likely killed as part of a political scheme, obviously, during the 100 Flame battle when Aaron went missing and was assumed dead. So that's also an important thing to just kind of like stick in your back pocket. So I just wanted to make sure that we included those things because obviously, yeah, they weren't included in the summary, but they are important to the lore moving forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then let's see here. So just a couple little teeny Easter eggs. We didn't have a dinosaur egg in this one that I found, at least. Slade is the only one that we know of in the book who is kind of beloved by all the beasts.
Ooh. I like it. I like it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, and then the other one is just a quote. It seems like Anwin is thirsty for the gold I let drip, like she soaks it all up and sighs with relief.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So those are the 2 little Easter eggs that I found this time that I thought were important to note. Do you feel like there's anything else that you want to mention about gold before we ramp up to conclude with Goldfinch? It's crazy. I feel like we've been covering this series forever.
Yes, we have.
I'm like, to let it go again until next time. You know, it's like letting Throne of Glass go again until next time.
Well,
you know
Raven
what I mean?
Kennedy's coming out with another book, guys.
I know. Duology.
Ooh.
Duology.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
For now. Till she can't fit the glue on the glue pages and so you have to split it up.
Hey,
we'll take it.
Coming.
Keep it coming. We'll take it. Take as long as you need. All right. That's it. That's all I got. So.
Okay. You have a smash or pass for me?
Unhinged, smash or pass. I've been trying to keep it yellow or gold themed. So, Liz.
I did not do that.
Yeah, for me, just my own personal.
Okay.
It gives me inspiration for research. Okay. Liz, smash or pass, if you were an M&M, the yellow M&M.
If I was an M&M, I'd say sure.
Really?
Smash. I don't know anything about the M&Ms. They seem fine.
It's a pass for me. He's a little doofy.
Why?
He's a doofy one. I'd pick the red one.
I don't know anything.
Maybe. The red one. He's the edge. But the yellow one is taller.
The yellow one is taller. He's more of a peanut.
He's gangly.
As opposed to a regular.
He is a peanut.
Maybe.
He's a bit of a nut. He's a little nutty.
I don't know anything about their M&M personalities. So that's why I was like, I don't know. If I was an M&M, then probably.
I mean, I just have like the Christmas commercials as context. The M&M commercials. He's always kind of like.
I guess I don't pay that close of attention.
You never met the guy. Uh-huh. Yeah, they do.
Oh,
exist.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, listen. I got sounds in my head.
I love how you're like, I have sounds in my head. They'll never leave. I can relate. Yeah.
It's the peanut M&M guy. I'm just talking.
Oh, did you see? Someone had asked us, I don't know if it was a YouTube comment. It was a comment I responded to recently. I think it was a YouTube comment, but someone had asked us if we had heard the Wuthering Heights, like, old song from the 80s. And I was like...
Yeah, have we heard it? Or have we not stopped listening to it? Have I indoctrinated my 10-year-old into singing it randomly as well? And I was like, did anybody know what you're singing at school? Because I know she sings too all the time. Yeah. And she's like, no, nobody knows it. I'm like, so she's just walking around Heathcliff. You know, and she has no context, so I'm not letting her watch the movie or anything. But it's fun. It's great. It's a good song. It'll get you. Yeah, did Lucinda come to the dark side yet? With any of those musics?
No, she's not a big music listener.
Oh, okay. But I will say surprised me too, the Charlie XCX album House. That specific song is my 30 times in a row song.
Yeah. That whole album is my 30 times.
I'm like going through some really bad stuff and I'm just like, I gotta put this on. I gotta like funnel the energy and channel it, and it really like does something to my brain. So
yeah, it's very satisfying. All of the music is so satisfying.
Yeah, and I'll bounce back. You know,
Alters is currently mine that I have on repeat.
Yeah, I do also like the Army one that she does too, Kate Bush, because I listen to like the top 4 over and over. I do Running Up That Hill, then I do Wuthering Heights, then I do It's Army of something, not Army of Darkness, that's a movie, but Army of Dancers.
I know what you're talking about though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember,
that one, and then there's one other one, and those 4 like on repeat. Ooh, keep it coming.
Yeah. Actually, I had this great moment after dark. Okay, we were doing a game night the other night with my sister and my brother-in-law and my husband. And we were playing Pictionary, and for some reason, the guys were, like, hung up. I'm already, like, not a game person, but I could do a Pictionary every once in a while, okay? And so me and my sister, you know how it is. We can communicate like you and me communicate. Like, we don't have to talk. We just know, you know? Mm-hmm. And the guys are, like... discussing something about Pictionary, but it's like taking forever for them to like figure it out. And so I had like background music on like my Marshall Bluetooth speaker, and so I subtly like switched it to that song and made it louder and louder and louder until me and my sister were like staring at each other. Like, it was pretty satisfying. Like, we're gonna die in this house. It was just so hilarious.
And did they finally catch it?
They did, but it took a while of me like increasing the volume like slowly. Yeah.
It works for so many times.
The comedic timing, if you plan it just right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that's what it's about.
Sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so yes, we have heard of that song. We love it.
Yes.
I also responded.
We just talked about it for 10 minutes. We do kind of enjoy it.
We
subtly.
Do.
Very small amount.
Yeah. But we do appreciate you mentioning it in the case that we did not know about.
Yeah, they're probably like, if I read the comment again, as it said in the tone more like, have you guys heard the Wuthering Heights song? Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Kate Bush? Like, you know, we have, and we do, and we shall. And poor Lucinda in the hotel room had to listen to it against her will many times before watching the movie.
Like, I just put it on repeat now in the house. And my husband's like, dude, like literally again. He's pretty supportive of it, honestly.
That's
so
good.
I'm like, all right. Hey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my smash or pass for you is out of pure curiosity and is based just off of current popular culture.
Great.
Okay, because it just popped into my head and I was like, I need to know because I know it's a smash for me, but I don't know how you feel about it. Okay.
All right, hit me with it.
So, smash or pass Matthew Lillard in any of his iterations?
Smash now. As a 38-year-old, I never liked him before it. Sorry, Matthew Lillard. Also, he's an extremely supportive dude. You know, he's part of the resistance, but also just like he grew on me. You know, because I never saw Scream, and I know him from like being that annoying Road Rules real world character, like, and she's all that. So I was always like, ew, yuck. And now, as a 38-year-old lady, I'm like, I get it. Especially knowing that he wasn't like that in real life. You know, I didn't know how he was in real life. And now seeing all these interviews of him, and he seems like a good dude. Good guy. So smash. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a chance to go see Scream 7 yet. Just because so many good movies have been out, guys. It's like, first of all, I had to see Wuthering Heights 3 times. I'm going again on Saturday.
Wait, you haven't or have seen it a third time? Yeah.
I did see it a third time. Now I'm going a fourth time with
you said,
Leanne
so I haven't
from Book
had
Club.
time to watch. Okay, I just want you to understand your sentence you just said. Haven't had time. There's so many great movies. Haven't watched Scream 7, but I am going to watch Wuthering Heights for a fourth time.
That's what I'm saying.
Replace one of those in there.
I have priorities.
I thought you were going to say problems, because that also works.
I'm like the emotional support, like Wuthering Heights lady. I'm like, if your husband won't go with you, please reach out. You know what I mean?
I will. Yeah.
Like, I will.
I love that.
But no, I mean, I had to watch Dracula. We went and watched Bride. I'm going to be curious to hear your take on Bride, because that was deep. You know,
I will not be able to watch any of these anytime soon. So sorry.
Yeah.
Don't wait for me to tell you. It'll be a year.
But so I haven't watched Scream 7 yet. I have heard that it's good. I've heard sometimes it takes multiple watches, but I am excited because Matthew Lillard is coming back to grace us with his presence, and so that is what reminded me to ask you.
That's beautiful. Beautiful thing.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
We need him to come do some more movies. I know he's done a lot, but is he ever a good guy?
I feel I developed my crush on Matthew Lillard from SLC Punk.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched that, but I was obsessed with it. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a bad guy, but he's not a good guy either. He's just kind of like a regular troubled youth, you know?
Oh, yeah. I also was Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, which is a hard pass.
I never saw that. So, I'm keeping that far away from my brain because...
that didn't happen. Men in Black. Erase your memory. I mean,
stick
people
those
like
things
that
in my
movie
ears,
a lot,
like
but
Aaron.
Luckily, it doesn't really connect as the same person, so it's good. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. Everything's fine.
Yeah,
it's great.
No, give him a cute rom-com,
Oh, that would be because he's funny, right?
Yes.
It's like make it fun, but make it funny.
And he could be a dad,
like silly funny.
Yeah,
like silly.
Why not?
Funny.
Maybe he just likes doing not that, which is fine. I guess.
Hey, do your thing.
Do your thing, boo. Yeah. He's in a lot of random stuff as well. So, hey.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go.
But yes, that was a pivotal moment in my youth.
Yeah, good for
SLC
you.
Punk. I'm sure you guys can relate to that.
Yeah.
And then obviously when I watched Scream, that was also a awakening of sorts. Mm-hmm. So there we go. Are you happy with our coverage of Gold?
Yes.
I think I am. Awesome.
Great.
Well,
see you later.
Catch us next time for a Gold.
We'll be back. One more Play the Prisoner episode, Goldfinch, in about 2 weeks. Not this Tuesday, but the next. And thank you so much for coming today, guys. Make sure to follow, and subscribe anywhere you like to listen to favorite podcasts, including YouTube. We're Besties in the Books podcast everywhere. And we'll see you next Tuesday. And maybe Friday, too, for Pride and Prejudice. All right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.